It is 7:20. Now, the day after the country remembered those who fought in conflicts on Armistice Day, charities say more needs to be done to help veterans struggling with their mental health.
Yeah, Combat Stress says the rates of post-traumatic stress disorder in veterans has increased to 1 in 10. Our reporter Peter Harris has been to a centre in North Yorkshire which aims to help those who are struggling.
They were Sam's pride and joy. And today they're paying a first visit to the Veterans Centre that takes his name. This is Morgan House.
This is one of the main communal rooms.
Sam Morgan was 36, a devoted dad, the life and soul. But after service in Afghanistan came a long struggle with post-traumatic stress disorder that finally overwhelmed him. This place can offer the help to others his family felt was so lacking when Sam needed it.
The people that come here and the veterans who are in desperate need, like Sam was this time last year, that they're going to be able to have some support, they're going to have the support from each other, professionals, and they're going to be able to be listened to, which is really what we needed this time last year. Oh, this is a lovely space.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Morgan House is part of the not-for-profit organisation Healthier Heroes. They've converted this former care home into what will soon be a residential centre looking after dozens of veterans.
Sadly, Sam didn't manage to get the help that he needed, so Morgan House now being able to provide what we do to help save people and put them back on the right path is an incredible thing, and we're really excited.
They won't be short of demand. For all the British service personnel killed in Afghanistan and Iraq, many more suffered mental trauma when they got back. And before he took his own life, Sam had said he felt he'd lost more friends from his regiment to suicide than in battle. His wife and 3 children have been without him for almost a year now. Nothing can take away the pain, but this will be a legacy.
Every day he fought to stay here for those kids, that the fight that he had with mental health just couldn't save him. But having this here has really been great as a positive to come out of all this. As difficult as it is, at least Sam's name lives on.
The new centre at Boosbeck in East Cleveland will open to residents this month. A legacy for Sam, rescuing those who served their country from the depths of despair. Peter Harris, BBC News.
Well, joining us now is Andy Geelan, who joined the Army in 2006 and served in Afghanistan, and the Chief Executive of the charity Combat Stress, Chloe Mackay. Thank you for joining us here this morning. Andy, you served in Afghanistan.
Yes.
I think perhaps if you're okay, if you could talk about sort of your story and the impact that it's had on you in the years since then.
Yeah, I mean, I was seriously wounded in an IED strike in 2012. I was hit in the head in the explosion and it bounced my head off my shoulder. I suffered nerve damage and a severe traumatic brain injury. I received very good care whilst in the military until I discharged until 2015. And it's only then when my friends and family started to notice how much I wasn't there anymore. But in my eyes, I was doing really well. And then I got under the umbrella of Combat Stress, who helped me realise that I was just, my brain was protecting me from a threat that was no longer there. But I couldn't understand that and didn't see that. And they really helped me understand what was actually going on inside and helped me move forward and live again.
So you obviously had severe physical injuries at the time, but those, in a sense, those were treated, but actually it was the mental injuries that were more difficult to treat.
Yeah, I mean, my brain, the last time it wasn't in constant pain and the last time it felt safe was just before I got hurt on tour on a patrol in Afghanistan. So its baseline was to revert back to that. So anytime I got panicked or anything like it just went back there. So my brain never came home. the physical injuries I still struggle with today. But it's more the mental impact, because I couldn't understand what my brain was doing. It was trying to protect me from a threat that just wasn't there anymore.
So what kind of behaviours or impacts were your friends and family noticing in you?
I didn't go out. I struggled to meet new people, be around busy places, which I still struggle sometimes today. I'd avoid any kind of crowd. I'd always be looking over my shoulder. These are things that I didn't notice I was doing, but when I go to the park or I'd try and go out, I'd go back into myself, and I'd be just looking over my shoulder constantly, and it wore me out. I'd never really want to go out the house because it was just exhausting.
And that has a huge impact on your family.
Yes, I'm incredibly fortunate that they've helped me push through, like with my wife being my rock and my son and my daughter. But again, I didn't know I was doing these things. It's only because I got help from combat stress that I started to realise that it wasn't normal. Not that it's anything to be ashamed of at all. It's just I didn't know I was doing these avoidance things. I didn't know I was doing it.
Well, look, we really appreciate you coming in and talking about it publicly this morning. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watching right now who are really grateful for your honesty as well, who've experienced similar things themselves or in their families. Chloe, 20,000 people you've helped Combat Stress just this year. I mean, have you got the resources to manage and help that kind of number?
So the numbers are rising. Recent research has shown that from the Afghanistan and Iraq conflicts, the numbers are now 1 in 10 with combat stress, and for those serving in combat roles, it's actually higher. It's nearer 1 in 5. So there are a lot of veterans living with the same experiences as Andy. And yes, for combat stress, we are stretched to be able to meet that need. We are a charity. A lot of our funding comes from generous members of the public, so we are constantly trying to meet the need that is out there.
Have you found the number of people sort of donating to the charity? I just wonder, because a few years ago the Afghanistan conflict, Iraq conflict was very current, wasn't it? But people were there at the time. But just wonder, with the passing of time, whether people feel there's less need, perhaps, to support a charity such as yours, because of the amount of the years since, and don't quite understand, actually, do you know what, things like this, the after effect lasts for decades, potentially.
So very much they do. The average year it takes for somebody to come to combat stress for support is 14 years after leaving service.
What, to actually approach?
To actually approach us. So we are about 14 years on from some of the larger deployments in Afghanistan. So for us, we are dealing with, sort of the height of the mental health problem from those conflicts. So it's really important, I guess, for us to get the message out to people that we do need support, and also to the veterans who are out there that actually the support is there and treatment is there. And for combat stress, we have a really strong recovery rate. So the treatment for PTSD is effective. And 70% of the veterans we support actually do recover from PTSD. So it's really important for veterans to understand their symptoms and what's happening in their lives and come forward for support.
Andy, what kind of treatment has helped you?
I suppose in a way that I can explain it, would be deprogramming, understanding that certain experiences that happened to me in the army and in Afghanistan, my brain basically just put in a box and used that to protect me. But like I said, I didn't understand that my body was reacting that way to me. It just felt like second nature because it was built in, it was programmed into my brain. And also understanding the timeline, because I have a brain injury and my memory can sometimes falter. Combat stress really helped me piece together broken memories and understand what actually happened to me, because, like I said, your brain can just start protecting when trying to remember trauma. Your brain doesn't want you to remember trauma, so it can just hide it away. It will still affect you, and it will try and protect you from the results of it, but it won't let you understand it until you seek proper medical help.
What was the prompt that made you think, I need help with this, and how did you find out about combat stress?
Well, I suppose in a way I was very lucky that I was as wounded as I was, because I received mental health treatment, because when they were treating me for my brain injury, And then when I left the military, I thought, I should be okay. And then real life hits you in the face. And it is a big, scary place when your brain's trying to protect you from every other little thing. Because just leaving the military on its own can be quite a daunting experience to try and transition. And especially when your brain isn't allowing you to function as everyone else would. So, yeah, I mean, I found combat stress through other veterans who reached out, who understood how much I was struggling, whereas I couldn't see it in myself.
So what would you say to anybody watching this morning who's struggling now like you were then?
It's never too late to get help. It really isn't. I mean, this is my first year not in treatment since the day I was blown up in 2012. And it's never too late to get help. And you really are just surviving, you're clinging on before you get treatment. And now I'm trying to live, and I am having the opportunity to live again. So it really is just reach out.
OK, well, that's good to hear that you're doing well. And we're thinking of you. Thank you for coming in. Andy, Chloe, from Combat Stress. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And if you have been affected by any of the issues we've been discussing, then you can find information and support at bbc.co.uk/actionline.